Welcome to my home kitchen on the Irish West Coast and just a short stroll from Hazel Mountain Chocolate, my very own factory. Food is my love language, my passion, my playground. But here's the twist. I'm not just serving food, I'm trading it for stories. So make yourself at home because here, every bite comes with a story. It's an absolutely beautiful day on the west coast of Ireland today, and with the weather so nice, I don't want to turn the oven on, but I do want cake. Today I'm going to make a cake like no other. It's going to surprise you and your guests. It's really easy. It's called Fairy Hut Cheesecake. It's so impressive to look at and so delicious. Let's start with soft butter. Icing sugar, and I'm going to add a little vanilla extract, and that's going to go and whip for about 5 to 7 minutes. We really want the mixture to be super light and super fluffy. So the butter and sugar are beautifully whipped, and while they were whipping, I had my cream cheese out on the counter, meaning it's not cold, it's not going to curdle the mixture. So let's put it in. And let's mix it for another 2 minutes. The mixture is ready. Now I need to separate it into 2 parts, 1 2/3 and 1/3. So this is going to be our vanilla layer, and that's about a 2/3 of the whole mixture is going to go into the bowl. Now with the 1/3 of our cheesecake mix, we're going to add some cocoa powder. And we're going to add some hazelnut chocolate spread. You can really go with whatever is your favorite. Could be peanut butter, could be dulce de leche, caramel, whatever you love. I'm going to add my favorite hazelnut chocolate spread. Now this is going to go back for another literally 30 seconds just to mix everything in. Now we just need to transfer our hazelnut chocolate cream cheese into a separate bowl, and we are ready to assemble our cheesecake. We're going to need some tin foil. I'm going to fold it in half so that it can carry the weight of our hut. So we're going to need some just regular butter biscuits. I'm using petit beurre. You can use any butter biscuits. They have to be rectangular shape. They can be bigger, they can be smaller, but it has to be a rectangular shape. We're going to go 3 across and 4 down. Here's the foundation to our cake. We're going to put our vanilla cream cheese, and I'm going to dab it in 3 parts. The first layer is a little bit tricky because the biscuits will still move. So if you put your cream cheese into little blobs here and there, it'll be easier to spread it. I'll be very careful just for that first layer when the biscuits are still loose. So you're going to hold your biscuits on one side and try to spread the mixture with the other hand. Now the base layer is done. Now onto the second floor of our hut. We're going to put in some biscuits first. We're going to go 4 down on either end, and then we're going to go like this for the middle section. And we're just going to put 3 biscuits here. So we have our second layer of biscuits, and I'm going to add hazelnut cheesecake. We're not going to need as much as the first layer, and we're going to gently spread it all over. And you do want to cover all the corners with your cheesecake mixture. Now we're going to need some strawberries for our gorgeous cake. We just need to chop them into little pieces. Doesn't really matter how well they look, they just need to be quite fine. So I have my strawberries nicely chopped, and to make sure that they stay together, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of strawberry jam. Now our strawberries are going to go into the center of our hut. I'm going to put a thin layer and I'll try to build it up so that when I put the hut together, the strawberries will fill all the space. Now this is the best part of assembling our Fairy Hut cheesecake. You take each end of your tin foil and you grab all the biscuits there underneath and you fold it all the way together. You squeeze it a little bit. I'll show you. So it's just like that. We're going to keep the tin foil right now and we're going to put the cake in the fridge for about, I'd say 3-4 hours. You can put it overnight, that's even better. Then I'm going to fold the tin foil over our hut and put it in the fridge. The Fairy Hut cheesecake is ready. I left it for about 4 hours. It's very stable. So we're going to move on to our chocolate glaze. First, I'm going to add some cream. And when it gets really hot, I'm going to put in some chocolate. I'm going to use dark chocolate. You can use half and half. So you can use 70% dark chocolate and then the other half milk chocolate. The cream is nearly boiling. It's time to add chocolate. So the chocolate is fully melted, it's super smooth and glossy. But what I'll do is I'll add just a dash of golden syrup. It'll make it extra glossy and extra smooth. It smells amazing. Now the chocolate is so delicious and so glossy. I'm going to put that over our Fairy Hut cheesecake. I'm going to start from the very top because I want some of the chocolate to go to the front too. And you go along your hut and you try to spread the chocolate evenly. Now the final step, sprinkles. I mixed sprinkles that I had at home. I just love the mix of sprinkles. It makes it extra magic. So we're going to put a lot on top. And I like where all the sprinkles are on the sides, the front. The final topping is on, our hut is ready. I'm going to put it in the fridge for about half an hour just for everything to set and then we can eat it. There's our Fairy Hut cheesecake. I think it looks so fun and it does have that element of magic, and my mom used to make that cake for me for my birthday. So I think I only ate it once a year, so I was even more excited. But with birthday candles on top, it just looks stunning. And I think as a child, your imagination goes on fire. You're wondering, where's the fairy? And you cut the slice, you try to find the fairy. It's honestly, it's a magic cake. Wow, look at that. I am so excited. I'm so excited to eat it, but I'm also so excited to share the cake with other people and to know what is their favorite childhood cake. Let's go and share it.
We met in university.
We've been Dublin, Vienna, and then California, and then Pittsburgh.
And what made you choose Pittsburgh? Because that's where you live, don't you?
Yeah, so we're scientists.
Okay.
We study cancer biology,
Immunology.
Okay.
We basically got asked by this big hospital and the big university to join their crew of scientists working on various things in cancer and the immune system. So we've been there for 10 years. And this guy was born there, and he was born in California.
Okay.
So we might stay in America, we don't know, but we like it there.
I have a cake that my mom used to make when I was growing up. It's called Fairy Hut Cheesecake, and it looks like a little fairy house. It's got sprinkles on the top. So I would love for you to taste it, but then I'd love to know if there's any food, especially when you're not living in Ireland, if there's any food that you remember eating as a child.
Go for it.
Wow.
So thankfully, this guy has a sweet tooth like his daddy. That is delicious. So you asked about growing up.
Tell me.
For me, two memories, always desserts. I remember my mother would buy sponges, Cotter sponges from Cotter's Bakery in Dunmanway.
Okay, in Cork.
In Cork. And on Saturday night, after Mass, we would peel with our hands off the outer layer of the sponge, and then we would cut it into long rectangles and squares, and she would make a sherry trifle.
Oh.
And it was fully loaded with plenty of cherry, not overly doing it and definitely not underdoing it. And then she would let it soak for a good long time, and then custard and a bit of jam maybe. All right, then we would put jam in between the sponge layers, and it was delicious. So that was one, and number two was she'd make an apple tart.
Yeah. And what's in the box here?
Apple tart. She would make an apple tart that my sister is the only one who could come close to recapitulating.
What is the one thing that you really miss?
We can't get sausages. We can't get Irish sausages there. Like the proper.
The proper.
Yeah. They just don't exist.
For boys, when they're driving around, they being this age, what do you find that's fun about Ireland?
I think the thing that they ask us the most about is, can we stop for a 99?
They do love fish, so all the Irish prawns and seafood they've been going crazy for. They love that.
And we don't get that over.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we're
it's not the
also,
same.
we live in a
It's
place
not-
that's inland.
It's not the same. That is something that we look forward to.
My family's from here. I'm born and raised in the States. My father's from Clare, so we were visiting in March and we found this by chance.
Okay.
And
Oh,
we
not
loved
by
it.
chance.
Did it? Oh, yeah, you Googled. That's right, yeah. We're both firefighters in the city.
You're both firefighters, and you're a firefighter.
Yes.
I've never met a female firefighter. That's so exciting. What made you choose that career?
I didn't see any women. So
Okay.
it was a challenge, and I was drawn to challenges as a child, and it was as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Really?
I was the only woman there
Okay.
for several years, and it was a constant challenge having to prove myself to everyone and that I belonged. When I first got on, I was one of 26 women in the department, and we have 11,000 firefighters. A few years ago, I made history as one of the first female Hispanic lieutenants in the New York City Fire Department.
That is amazing. I'm honestly getting goosebumps. I think it's fantastic. What an inspiration. Do you think that was your calling, something that you were meant to be?
I was meant to help people. It could have been any field.
That's delicious.
It is very good.
It's a
And the cheesecake is nice and creamy.
My mother used to make banoffee pie. Her sister taught her that years ago, and that's kind of reminds me of, you know, it had the bananas and all that, but just whenever she made that, it would be a special occasion, you know?
And do you make
And I don't know how to make it, but I know how to eat it. That's about it.
We're generally good at eating. What about you?
My mom wasn't a great baker,
Okay.
but I did grow up eating a lot of hazelnut chocolate.
Okay.
So
You're in the right place as well then.
With desserts are great for family gatherings.
Yeah.
We actually came here today to find a dessert to have over his cousins who's making us a big dinner.
Oh, lovely. That's perfect.
Yes.
What are you going to have? You don't know?
He's homegrown turkey, he said. So right there on the farm. Yeah.
Can I come with you? That sounds amazing. Thank you so much. You're fantastic. And I love your story. I love just becoming a female firefighter because you wanted to help people. I love it.